It's Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance, and we are joined by Roger Hernandez. He is a member of the California State Assembly, representing significant portions of the San Gabriel Valley, which I understand is underserved as it relates to trauma centers and trauma care. What can you tell us, sir?
Well, that's a very unfortunate reality. Right. We have a Measure B that was passed. It was a countywide measure. It came with a promise from the politicos that were pushing for it, then the County Board of Supervisors, more than a decade ago, that told the voters, let's pass Measure B to keep our emergency rooms and trauma centers open and to give us the opportunity to expand the funding for emergency rooms, particularly in San Gabriel Valley where there was already a deficit, a shortage. So voters they felt compelled to support such an important measure, and particularly with the promise that they would have more funding for emergency rooms to reduce emergency wait time and to reduce diversion. That means being sent to another hospital because your hospital is too impacted. That promise was never kept.
Yeah, and let's talk about that, because as I understand it, you asked the state auditor to look into this question about how funds were being spent pursuant to a Measure B. Elaine Howell's her name, I know that. And what did she and her staff tell you?
Well, she was able to determine what we were all very concerned about, what we all thought was the case. She was able to determine that of about $250 million brought in annually into this the Measure B fund, that the San Gabriel Valley represents about 20%, so somewhere above $48 million. Right. But we only receive back into the San Gabriel Valley in terms of dollars back for emergency rooms or trauma centers, somewhere south of $600,000. That's less than 2% of what the taxpayers are putting in.
I mean, the San Gabriel Valley is about 2 million people. LA County is 10 million people.
That's right.
So you did the math right. You should be getting 20%.
We should.
And you're getting 2%.
We're getting 2% or less, and that's a shame.
Sir, I mean, forgive me, but how?
I think
how does that happen?
I think it's there's several reasons to that. I think the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and I don't know that leadership historically in San Gabriel Valley has been squeaky enough to make sure that we get our fair share.
You've had some strong leaders, Gloria Molina, Mike Antonovich, now Hilda Solis. I mean, well, she just got there, so we'll give her a chance.
Yes.
Just for whatever reason, it's a big bureaucracy. It's just the money wasn't coming down.
The money wasn't coming down, and I think there's the Elaine Howell's, the state auditor's investigation audit revealed some significant reasons as to why that might be the case. One, the committee, when it opened up in its first year of inception, started with a committee to ensure that there was oversight with the appropriations of those dollars and make sure that they were data-driven, they were need-driven. Well, that commission was removed after its first year.
Interesting.
So in terms of ongoing necessity in making data-driven decisions on the appropriations, that element was gone.
So what can you do as a state legislator? Because it's a county measure. How do you get involved? How can you remedy the scenario?
So in 2013, it was getting involved by asking for this study and this investigation, this audit. And I'll tell you, amidst opposition from LA County, the auditor conducted the study. And we now have the findings. So now step 2. With these findings, I'm pushing legislation forward. It's Assembly Bill 340 that would require...
430, I think.
Is it 430?
It's okay, it doesn't matter.
Okay, 430 that would require the Los Angeles County to use part of the resources that come in to do a proper assessment to ensure that the dollars are being adequately and fairly appropriated.
And that can be done. That's an appropriate avenue for the state legislature.
Absolutely.
Because the auditor can't demand any action. She can present her results, but she can't say, you got to fix this.
Right. She can make recommendations. She makes... she can cite the deficits and encourages that there be mitigation done. She outlines that corrective action plan, but it's not mandatory. Okay. So we've got legislation pushing for that mandatory action.
We'll see what happens. His name is Roger Hernandez. He is a member of the California State Assembly. I'm Brad Pomerance. You're watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.